So the way Johnny Rebs got started was a friend of mine, Larry Carter, he's a transplanted Southerner, and he was really homesick for Southern food. And he had this idea that we should open a Southern barbecue in Southern California. And as I looked into it, I found that a lot of people weren't really doing it authentically. So we got kind of excited about the idea. So I decided to go south and learn how to cook, and Larry stayed here to look for a site. And I spent 4 months in the South cooking from West Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, and Texas. And I worked with a couple of really great barbecue pitmasters. One was Wayne Monk of Lexington Barbecue, and the other, not so famous but big in my heart, was Snook of Advance, North Carolina. I went to work every morning at about 4 a.m., learned how to build the fire, smoke the meat for hours, and then by 2 or 3 that day we'd pull it off and chop it, sauce it. I learned how to roll biscuits in Stone Mountain, Georgia. One morning I rolled 1,500 biscuits and my hands were absolutely stiff from rolling all those biscuits. I cried, they hurt so bad. So when I graduated from Cal State Fullerton with a degree in marketing, I had done a lot of market research, and I like research. And so when this opportunity came up, it sounded like a fun project. I didn't plan on being a part of it. But as I got into it, it was so interesting and there was so much opportunity, and I became very passionate about the food. Larry offered me the opportunity to run the restaurant, and I said, I'll do it for a couple years, and here I am 33 years later. We found it in a phone book, an Atlanta phone book. We had like 3 pages of names, and of course, trying to get Larry and Cheryl to agree on anything in those days was really difficult. And finally, I just said, this is it, Johnny Rebs. It just spoke the South. It was a famous restaurant in Atlanta that had since closed, but it just spoke fun. So that's how we came up with the name. So while I was working away in the South, collecting recipes, working with all the masters, I came back here and Larry found the sorriest, saddest beer joint in North Long Beach, and that was to be our first Johnny Rebs. But we both fell in love with the property, felt it had vision and potential, and from there I worked with a carpenter, Dan Christ, and we laid out all the plumbing, the electrical. We laid every board in that restaurant, sanded, painted it. It took about a year. In the meantime, I was also working with Johnny Engel, who was a high school buddy of Larry's, and we were working on our barbecue sauce recipe, building the smoker. We built our own smoker in that facility. And when we opened our doors, we were overrun with business. We couldn't keep up. And it was a good problem to have, although it was a very trying problem to have. But we soon learned and figured it out, and Johnny Rebs Long Beach has been an institution for the past 33 years. Oh, what I enjoy most about running this business, at first it started out, it was all about the food. I was passionate about the food, and I'm still passionate about the food. But really what hooked me was the people, organizing a team of people and moving mountains, conquering our goals. This is a competitive industry. A lot of people fail in the restaurant business. I think my own ignorance is what helped me succeed. I just didn't think I could fail. What I think makes a business successful is passion, and it takes a lot of commitment. I am very active in the business, just as I was in the beginning. I love the business. I love almost every aspect of the business. What would I do differently? I can't say too much. There was so much fun and creativity along the way. I certainly made my mistakes, but I don't think that I would have had the fortitude that I would have had I not gone through all of that on my own. For me, one of the greatest joys of the business is the team that we have. And it's so much about developing people and their skills. I love that our managers are running small business units and they're running them effectively. I love that dishwashers are now running our kitchens. We tend to grow people. We spend a lot of time teaching them basic skills, business skills, and probably most importantly, communication skills. We focus a lot on how we relate with each other. They can take these skills home and they practice them in the restaurant. They learn about being professional and showing up, and they learn how to be tolerant of each other. Very, very important skills to running an effective team.
We are committed to making sure that every guest who walks in through our doors have the best experience there is. We take pride in what we do, the food that we make, everything is handmade. I am so committed to the product that we serve here at Johnny Rebs. Every day we make a promise to each and every guest that who walk through our doors that we will do everything else. We will do everything to make your experience the best one you ever had. And mistakes do happen, but we promise you that we'll make it right every single time. And to everyone who comes in our building, we appreciate, and it's our job and commitment that we will make sure that you leave satisfied all the time.
Getting involved in community groups is good for us because we do have a lot of people that come into Johnny Rebs. We're always on a wait. So when you see these little flyers for charity and things we're doing in the community, it brings attention to everybody in the community. So in that way, we all become one. I feel like that's important for us because we also get business, but we also are giving business as well. It's really important to be involved with your community, and because this is a family-owned restaurant, although it's a family-owned restaurant and a big company, we still individualize and keep it small in that way too. Even though we're a big company, we can be giving back to charity right down the street.
What I would like to see for our business is to grow. I'd like to see more Johnny Rebs open. I'd like to employ more people. I'd like to share my passion for Southern food with as many people as I can.